You're teaching today.
All right, Joe Fontesha here. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and for those that it's after midnight, thank God you're still awake. I am going to be teaching today on the intermediate series of the SE and the A series. And instead of just trying to go through all kinds of different buttons, I'm kind of relating this to Christmas. But I'm just going to open with a little gospel music here just to kick it off, and then I'll get started on the program for you guys. Okay, so here's our opening. Woo! Just a little wake her up music for you guys. All right, I hope you enjoyed that. And incidentally, if you have any questions, anything that you need to be answered, I'm going to give you my office email because I know there's going to be some questions after this lesson program. It's JFONTECHIA. That's the spelling of my last name, J Fontesha at FletcherMusic.com. And I
I'm
will
sorry, I don't know if anyone else, I cannot hear you, Joe.
You cannot hear
I
me?
cannot hear you speaking.
Yeah, you're still a little quiet, Joni.
Still a
Yeah.
little quiet? Oh, well, great. Let's make it a little bit louder. How's that? One, two,
More,
three,
more, more,
four.
more.
More,
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 more.
One, two, three, four.
more.
More. That's about as loud as we could get. Hold on.
Joni? Yeah.
I can hear him perfectly. Come on, guys.
Okay. One, two, three, four. And I'm going to say it one more time. If you want to email me on any questions, and incidentally, I went to my office this morning and I had 6 people responding to things that they needed. So if I can't get to you that day, just give me a couple days and I'll get back with you. It's JFONTECHIA at FletcherMusic.com. Okay? Okay, everybody got that? Okay, now
I
in
put it
this
in the chat
series
as
that
well.
I'm doing, these are the organs that pertain to this series. It's the Regency, the
Still low.
Odyssey.
It needs volume, needs more volume.
Guys, I'm taking care of it.
The best
Don't
I
worry about
can
it.
do, and
It'll
I'm
get louder as we go along.
following the microphone. The Regency, the Odyssey, and the Premiere. And then in the intermediate on the A series is Encore, Holiday Classic, and Legend or Floridian. After that, then they get into what they call the high end, which is the Prestige, Sterling, Patriot, Imperial, and the New Symphony. Okay? So I'm trying to make it as loud as we can. Is everybody okay? So the first thing I'm going to do for you is I'm going to use a song, and I want to see if Sean will do this, is Silent Night. And why I want to do this is because you should have some general presets. If you have 4, you won't have this because in the 5th general presets in the middle, or your presets in the middle, is chimes. And chimes is only an octave and a half in sound. That's where the chimes really is, an octave and a half. After that, you're getting into a bell effect, and it's not chimes, it's a crystal bell or anything like that. So if you're going to use chimes for Christmas song, remember you only play it in an octave and a half, and all that series will have that. Also, in a lot of the Christmas music, transpose it down 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 steps. In other words, Don't look at the key of the song. Just hit the transposer going down. That would be flatting it. 1, 2. In this case, that's all I just did that because I'm playing chimes. But a lot of the other Christmas songs, I will bring them down 4 clicks. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you have any questions on that, we'll answer those in a little bit. So I'm lowering the pitch here. 1, 2. So what it is, that's transposing down, and I'm transposing this song down in pitch. Listen to it without being transposed. Okay, so I just transposed it down. I'm in B flat, okay? I don't want to work, don't think about the key. If you think about the key, you're going to get confused. Just remember, hit the transposer once, twice. Don't look at the key, because in the next song is in the key in F, and it's going to confuse you. So remember, just hit the transposer once or twice. Now, in playing this song, listen to how nice it sounds with just the basic chord. And all I did was hit easy, and all that series can do this. And I think that's just beautiful in sound. Now, it has a memory on there, if you hear that. If you don't like the memory, when I release the hand, it will stop. And I like it without it being sustained. It's just the way I play. Remember, when you use chimes, bells, or any of that, you're going to play staccato. You don't hold the note. So it's like a... So listen how nice this sounds. Silent Night, and I'm going to play the last 4 measures. And I'm using the number 5 general preset. Now, here's where the transposer comes in very nicely. If I wanted to repeat it, hit the transposer going up. You don't have to change registrations. Isn't that pretty? I hope you guys like that. So now what I did is I did a medley, which means I'm going to add a second song. And again, with this, I'm going to use the chorus, and this is Amazing Grace. Unusual, what this is Amazing Grace that I have here is in the key of F. I'm in the key of C. How do I get to the key of F? You play a C 7th chord, and then that'll enter you into the next song, which would be Amazing Grace in the key of F. So it would sound like this. Here's the ending of Silent Night with the chimes. Okay, I'm going to add a C 7th chord, and I'm going to add the strings. Isn't that pretty? Huh? See how easy that was? You don't have to be a real great player to make it sound great for Christmas songs. So what I did, again, so you just review, I just used the easy button, and you can use it on any one of the series that I mentioned. So if you've got one of those organs. Second thing I used was the chimes, which is number 5. I transposed it down, 1, 2, okay, and then I switched to the strings or the chorus. Either one of those are very good. So then the strings is usually number 4. Chorus is number 7. So if you've got that, you will have that easily. Otherwise, just stay on the chimes for you. So any questions on that so far? Let's ask that, okay? I'm going to open up here, okay?
I'll ask a question that might help some other people here is how do you get to the general presets? How do you make those presets in the middle, the general presets?
They're automatically done for you without having to touch anything. General presets or style presets are automatically done by the factory. All it is, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 if you have it. Some have 4, some have 5, some have 6. Okay, how do you get to it? Just press the button by the number. Number 5 will be your chimes. Now, if you don't have number 5, most of the time in your Genius button, and when you get into Genius, you can scroll till you get to chimes, and then you will have the chimes. So then you can get it that way through the Genius button if you don't have number 5, which is automatic. So there are 2 ways to get it. Saying, I don't have that, how do I get to it? You look into Genius and you scroll till you get to the C's, and then you'll find that you have chimes. It's a really easy way of making you sound really, really great without having to go and play all the fancy, fancy notes. Okay, any other questions? No hands? And nobody has hands? Shame on you. How do you play the organ if you have no hands? Shame on you. Okay, so I just wanted to cover that for you right there. Okay, so now I'm going to switch over, since we covered most of the things here, just to review one more time. To play simple Christmas songs, you use the easy button, which automatically sets up your left-hand chords. If you have general presets, the ones that are really great for Christmas songs would be your number 4, which is your strings on these organs, chimes for number 5, and number 7, which is your chorus. Those are the 3 very nice. Also remember, if you can transpose that down, you should transpose it down to B flat. A lot of times I'll play most of my Christmas songs where I transpose it down 4 steps, 1, 2, 3, 4. It makes it easier to sing, because Christmas songs are always in the key of C or too high. And I don't know about you, that's very high for me to sing. I don't have that kind of voice. So in fact, I don't have any voice. So we always want to drop it down so that you can have everybody sing along with it, okay? So again, I want to go over here to the A series, and I'm playing on a really cool organ. It's called the Hollywood Classic. And what this was, Holiday, I'm sorry. This is the Holiday Classic. This was really introduced as a limited edition to kind of give a feeling of a lot of new things that they were going to do. And in that series, before the A300, which is the number on this, we have an Encore, which is an A200, and then we have an A4000. So if any of you have that, that's the Legend or the Floridian. Now, what makes this unique is it was the first one that we ended up putting a USB stick in here. I'm not going to get into that. That'll be another workshop when we get into the USB. What I'm trying to do today is give you some features that you can use on this organ. Now, what I want to do here is I want to play this one for you, because I usually do this one in my concerts, and it sounds so fantastic. But it's the bolero, and if you have that rhythm, it's in the Latin rhythms. If not, you can use another one, which I'll show you in a minute. But listen to how the bolero sounds for Little Drummer Boy. It's pretty cool. Thank you. Thank you. There was a kind of a combination of Did You Hear What I Hear and Little Drummer Boy. So if you like to do a little medley, those are two perfect songs to add together. Now, the bolero rhythm is so, so good. And that rhythm also can be done with habanero, if you got that. Okay, that's Habenera. So if you don't have the bolero, you can use that one. You could also do it in a tango if you want. So those are different rhythms that you could use with that, with the particular instruments that we have. Okay. Now, what I did with that, again, you want to transpose this down. And in this case here, I actually put this down to A flat. You ready for? So I hit the transposer once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. So that way I get it down in a much nicer sound. So in the series here, we have a variation, but there's also something that's unique in this, and that's called alter style. And if I put on alter style, listen to that beat one more time. I'm going to go back to it. Listen to it when I put alter style on. Very majestic in sound. Off, on. So I use that alter style. When you put it on, use it for the ending of a song. It's really pretty cool. Now again, you have, what's nice about the A series is you end up with 10 presets called general presets. Okay, again, this is the same way. Number 4 is your strings. Number 5 is your chimes. Number 7 is your choir. And then from there on, you have the piano, and then you have the full sound. Now, don't use rhythm preset. I'm using these presets without using the rhythm preset button. The reason is I want the chimes in there. If I wanted the chimes, see, I'm not going to get the chimes if I use the general preset one. I mean the rhythm preset. You see how it changed it? I don't like that. I don't know about you. The rhythm preset is good, but if you're going to use the Christmas, you're going to have to alter that sound, and you can do that with the A series because you have so many to choose from. So take off your rhythm preset button when you use this setup, because if you do that, that changes these into something totally different than what you want to use. The strings on this are just beautiful. If you listen again. This organ is absolutely fantastic. Listen how pretty that is. I got goosebumps. Do you have goosebumps? Okay, you got goosebumps too. Okay. See how pretty that sounds? Let me use the rhythm preset that goes with that. And listen how it sounds so different. It's not too bad, but it's not as clean as that beautiful strings. Isn't that pretty? I love that. Let's love that. And again, you have the chimes. Okay. Now, what's always good, most Christmas songs are very short, which means that they're very, very simple. They only go a short time. So you either have to change registrations, and of course, on a lot of the organs, you have some choices here. But there's where the transposer comes in. So if I'm going to repeat it, I hit the transposer once, and it really gives you a nice setting for that song. I'm going to stop right here and see if we have any questions regarding using the general presets with some of the Christmas songs. Any questions right now? Boy,
Raise
I'm
your hand if you
100%
have
today.
any.
I hope
Wow,
you
they're
guys
so
are
smart
enjoying
today.
this because these are so great. Okay? How we doing on time? We doing okay? We got about 15 or 10 or 15 more minutes, okay?
Yep.
So let's go on with a couple other things on this. We're going to get into using the harmony buttons on these. Again, this is another good feature. You have 3-part harmony, and if you have that button is very good if you use number 1 in your general presets, because that'll give you a full chord, and it sounds like this if I didn't have that. See, it adds that way strong. I have to put 2 hands up here to do that. So listen to how it sounds. So that 3-part harmony, and even 4-part harmony, and that's really good when I use the strings. So use 3-part or 4-part harmony when you use the strings or you use the organ setup, which is number 1 in your general presets. Number 4, don't use it with chimes, please. Don't use it with chimes. Do not use harmony buttons with chimes. If you want to know what it sounds like, it sounds really muddy. It sounds terrible. So you can see that's not what you want to use. Chimes, bells, any of those, do not use any harmonies on any of those series that I just mentioned. Okay? But I love the transposer. I love the fact that you have alter style. I love the fact that you have the 10 presets. That'll be perfect. Again, I'm not using the rhythm presets on any of these. I'm showing you features that you can do and have some fun with these particular organs, okay? All right, I like to do another number for you, and this one's kind of cool, because if you have this in your Broadway, it's called Sleigh Bells. You can use that feature in many, many of the songs like Jingle Bells and Winter Wonderland and a lot of other ones. And it would sound like this. So again, listen to the introduction and you'll see, and this one I might use my rhythm presets, but listen to the introduction. Listen to the horses at the end. So that Sleigh Bells is probably the best one for some of the little faster Christmas songs that we have. And you have that under Broadway. Remember where it is, okay? It's under Broadway. And then, of course, the other songs you would use Now, there's some of you might have a new one. It's in the larger ones. It's called Jingle. What is it called? Jingle
Jingle
Dangle.
jangles.
Oh, what?
Jingle jangles.
Jangles. Oh my God. That's another one for Christmas songs for you guys. If you have the much larger instruments, that's another one to use. Okay. All right. Any other questions? Because I'm just about ready to kind of wrap up and review what I just covered for you guys. Okay. Any questions?
Oh, yes, let's see, wait a minute. Yes,
Go ahead, Mary Ann.
Joe, I was
Okay.
wondering, I only have the two buttons underneath harmony. One is AOC and the other is duet. What's the difference between those two?
Very good question. Okay. Remember, okay, I'm going to shut off the rhythms and just use the easy button here to get us, okay, give us a chord. Remember, all the harmony button comes from your left hand, which means it takes what chord you're playing and brings it up to add notes to your melody note. So remember, whatever you play, if you play a C chord in your left hand, it will bring the C chord up. So if the melody note is C, okay, let me put just a nice little. Okay, so that's the C. Now AOC means it adds notes to harmonize below that C. So here's what it does. I'm going to play it for you. Listen to what it does. See, with one finger, it did what I had to do. So AOC will add that, makes it really full, and adds the extra note. Now duet only adds, I call it duet. It adds only 2 notes. So when you do that, so it only adds 2 notes. It adds 1 note, excuse me. So you're adding 1, so you're hearing 2 notes, the one you're playing. AOC adds that, duet adds just 1 extra note, okay? So that's basically the difference. It's a fuller sound. Now duet, if you use it with country music, it will add a different type of harmony. It's the one that they use, the Floyd Kramer type of harmony, and that's another one. In fact, on Friday, I'm going to be doing a workshop on country Christmas music, and I'll be showing that duet with the Floyd Kramer for everybody so you can understand what duet does with the country music, okay? Now, the
Thank you
1-3
very
part
much.
is making the notes further apart. 4 part is adding 3 notes to it more than, so you got 4 notes when you play 1 note. Listen to this. Pretty cool. That's what that does.
Yes,
Remember,
thank
if
you.
you want to use harmony, you play only 1 note in the right hand. Got it? Remember, don't add extra, because if you're going to put extra notes in, you're doing what the harmony button is doing for you. So you're only duplicating, and it will sound very muddy. It's mushy sound. So if I use harmony button, I only play 1 note. So here's, I have to play a lot there. Watch what I did here now. Much easier that way, isn't it?
Great.
Okay.
Thank
Does that
you.
answer your question on harmony?
Yes, that does. Thank you. I only have the 2. I don't have 3 and 4, but I do have
Well,
AOC and
see me
duet.
later.
Yeah.
We'll do this. No, that's good. If you only have harmony as AOC and duet, that'll really give you some great stuff. But always remember, play 1 note in the right hand when you use harmony, AOC, and duet. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody
Any other
else?
questions? Any other answers? Any comments, concerns?
Okay, I'm going to turn this back over to Sean for a minute if he's got some announcements about our upcoming classes. And then I'll review what I did and give you a finale number. I hope I covered just enough for you guys just to give you some fun stuff to do today. So Sean,
Okay. Oh, my video is off. Let me turn that back on. Oh boy. Just a couple things just to let you know, throughout this week and maybe even next week as well, we're going to continue our product showcase kind of events we've been doing, product choice series, where any performer, we have them pick out one of their favorite instruments, and a lot of the time it's different than the ones we normally play on. We like to change it up a little bit, play something for everybody. So we're not using the same things every time. So that continues this week. I believe we have Carrie Price doing a concert, and we have, I believe, who else is playing? I don't know. You'll have to read the emails.
I'm
So
doing the
make
one
sure
on
you check-
Friday at 1 o'clock.
What's that?
I'm doing one at Friday at 1 o'clock.
No wonder I forgot. It's you. Ha, ha,
Yeah,
ha.
I know. You forget me all the time, John. I know.
I could never forget you, Joe. But yes, so Joe is going to be playing on Friday. So
Yes,
it's Joe.
country. It's going to be using my favorite organ playing country music.
Ooh, country music. So
And
don't miss
country
that.
Christmas songs. So if you
that's great. Don't miss that. If you go to the website, the same way you logged on to this class here, it'll list all of the different calendars. It'll have the weekly regular class calendar. Then below that, it has product features like this one. And below that, it'll have the weekly concerts and events. So make sure you double check that and see what's coming up on there. So that's all I've got really for the most part. So I'm going to give it back to Joe, and he's going to play a song on our way out to kind of
All
say
right.
toodaloo.
All right, I'll play a song here, but I just want a quick review. Remember, a lot of the Christmas songs, you don't need to have your orchestra. Use your easy button. Put on the easy button, and then use your general presets, which will give you the chimes, strings, chorus, and nice organ sounds. You can also enhance those with the harmony button, but don't use it with chimes, okay? Remember that. So the second thing is there are a few rhythms that really would be nice to use with some of the faster Christmas songs. But remember, a lot of them you will transpose down either 2 clicks down or 4 clicks down. So that's the other thing that I would like to remind you. Okay, so just remember that. That has to do with any of those series, the SE and also with the A series. Rhythm preset, if you use just the chord easy button, use your general presets. Don't use rhythm presets with that, okay? All right, so I'm going to finish with a little bit of that sleigh ride stuff thing. So I hope you enjoy it. It's kind of fun. Well, thank you all. I hope you had fun with this. I did. And I hope to see you and have a happy holiday and a safe and healthy one too. Thank you
You
all very
too.
much.
Bye, Joe.
Thank you, Joe.
Bye.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
Tomorrow.
Oh, I'm going to
Thank
see
you,
some of
Joe.
you tomorrow for our
That
Christmas
was
party.
fun.
Yeah.
Very good.